Level design is one of those game design skills that is best acquired through practice. If you just keep making levels for the kind of game you want to make levels for, over time they'll just get better and better. Super Mario Maker is a great example of one of these tools, at least for 2D platformers. But then there's the stage builders in Super Smash Bros. Now, just like most people, when I first got my hands on the stage builder in Brawl, I just made ridiculous levels whose main purpose were either gimmicks or tools for exploiting the game's glitches or other stuff. Then in Smash for Wii U and later Ultimate, people would start using the stage builder to create even crazier levels, with art pieces, memes, and other stuff. But I had the idea to instead try to create more normal levels, to create levels that are semi-competitive. Levels that still have a certain amount of jank, but are otherwise less crazy than the ones people usually create in many of the official stages. I first tried to do this in Brawl, but that stage builder was a little too limited. Every main stage had to be made of square blocks, even though it looks like flipping these triangle pieces upside down would let you create sloped ledges. You just can't. Many of the other elements are also a bit too extreme to create something remotely balanced without being completely boring. But since Brawl isn't that competitive anyway, it's not that big a deal. Luckily, Ultimate works way better in many ways, although it still has some drawbacks. The ledges aren't as good as players go past the ledge often, and the AI especially will go past the ledge. Meanwhile, Min Min doesn't even want to use her tether, even though other characters tether just fine. The one thing Brawl has Ultimate beat at is semi-solids, which are perfect in Brawl although limited, but in Ultimate they have walls on the sides for some reason. There is a way to remove these walls with a complicated trick, but that brings other kinds of jank, so I stopped using it quickly. There are some other odd bits of CPU behavior, but other than that the stages turned out pretty well, I think. They're not really competitive, but that's not the point. My goal was to find out if it was possible to create stages that felt competitive, and also test how far you can take the gimmicks in a stage before it's too much. Originally I was going to talk about every single one I made, but I really need to learn how to make shorter videos, and many of them speak for themselves anyway. So instead I'm going to showcase 10 of my favorite levels I made, and show some clips of the other ones at the end. Enjoy! First up is Ice Pike. A stage which asks the question, can ice be good on a stage if it's only a little? And what if wall? In both cases the answer is pretty cool. The basic structure of the stage is the little bit of ice in the middle surrounded by rubber, which creates a cool effect. Then you've got two special semi-solids on the sides. Finally, in the middle you have a regular platform on top of a vertical platform. You can actually still stand on the edge of the vertical one if you drop through, but this doesn't get in the way at all. So how does it play? Well, I'm happy to say that the ice isn't intrusive at all, like you literally never slip on it. Meanwhile, you can still use it to do slide up smashes, or use it to grab momentum in other ways like with Kazuya's side B, although the stun hitbox is not extended at all. The middle platform is prime tech real estate, especially for the AI, who are teching gods. On top of that, they are also expert at comboing you off of it when you miss your tech. The end result is a stage which is surprisingly balanced and devoid of jank, except for one thing. If you tech against the wall and land on the ice below, you somehow continue your momentum from the initial hit. This might have something to do with the wall also being ice, but who cares, it's cool. Many of the stages I make are designed around the music, so I'll have a cool song I like and then make a stage based on the part of the game that song comes from. Behold! City Escape, the stage! One of the few huge stages I made. Yeah, I found that small stages are plenty big enough, but sometimes I dabbled in bigger stages. This stage is not that good, especially competitively, but is still fun conceptually, and I think I nailed the aesthetic. Obviously, a big part of the stage is at an angle, which makes ground combat awkward, but I made the slope as soft as possible and also added a nice big flat platform to have normal combat on. The sides are close to the blast zone, but that's necessary to make characters with good recovery not totally busted. But yeah, stalling is absolutely too easy on the stage. And sword characters have a huge advantage because of the large size, in addition to projectiles being bad because of the slopes. But it's also really fun to ride around with characters with mobility specials, so whatever. Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts? Do you remember the part where Sora fights Darkseid as Destiny Islands is being sucked off? Well, this stage is that. The idea is simple. The ground is sand like from the beach. In the background is Darkseid, represented by his big yellow eyes. And the platforms are supposed to be his hands. This was always the coolest part of that fight. Instead of his weak point being his head or his body or something, it was his hands and you could actually stand on them. Which is why they are now platforms. Originally I was going to draw an actual Darkseid body with the platforms being connected by arms, but it really didn't look good with the eyes poking through the body and it was just ugly. I even tried giving the platforms fingers, but it was just bad. So I decided to go for minimalism, which was the right call because this is a very cool theme for a stage. Especially with the moon in the background. The best background in general. The platforms move up and down like the hands, of course, and you can't forget about the music, which played during the boss fight as well. Easily one of my favorite stages. Dreadnought is simple. Can you incorporate portals into a stage that adds to the fight and is non-intrusive? Well, this is the closest you're going to get. The body of the stage has a very cool design. I'm very happy with how it looks. But the stars of the show are the portals, which lead to each other. Comboing off the warps is the dream in this stage and it is very tough. It takes a lot of skill to get any sort of combo off this, but the easiest to get a character with a grab that doesn't send too far, Donkey Kong of course being the easiest, but even then getting a good combo off it is very tough. It's mainly good for kill confirms. The portals aren't just for combos though, they're also good for mobility. Need to escape ledge? Go to portal. Need to approach a camper? Go to portal. Afraid you'll get comboed with a portal? Use the portal and they'll have to wait. Want to confuse your enemy? Go to portal. When in doubt, go to portal. Incorporate bomb blocks into a stage. This is the result. Walking over the C4 blocks is almost completely normal aside from some rare glitches. When you go under the stage, that's where the magic happens. The cannon is already great as an alternative recovery method, but it may be risky as once you reach apex you'll have to choose a defensive option. Tech roll, attack, air dodge, it all depends on how high the platform is at that point. Luckily the cannon gives you a hitbox so you'll have some protection, but it's still dangerous. This stage is fine against CPUs, but humans would just exploit the shit out of this stage. So it's very non-competitive. You can hide between the blocks and you can also activate the bomb from above with certain projectiles that move through the stage. Important though is that you put the cannon far below the stage. Put it too close and bigger characters will get stuck in an infinite loop. Something with the hitbox being bigger at the start of the launch. Bowser will always have trouble with the size of the hole though, but that can't be helped. This is just the nature of the beast. I'll explain this one quickly. Both the stage and the platform move from left to right. In the top corners are cannons. Even if the platform is as far away as possible, the cannon will still shoot you against the side, letting you tag. Any other time you'll land either on the stage or the platform, where you'll also be able to tag. Now the AI is really good at tagging against the stage when hit by you, but when shot out of a cannon they lose all ability to tag it seems. They get shot against the side and they'll air dodge and die. They get shot on stage and you'll be delivered the most free up smash ever. Well, it still takes some skill as you'll need to predict where they will end up taking the platform into consideration, but it's still pretty easy. So it's pretty easy, but that doesn't make it any less satisfying every time it happens. Boom! It's cold because of ice, and it's steel because of steel. It's Cold Steel. With the opening stage music from Mega Man X, this is a cool stage. There's a steep slope which you can tack against and an icy platform which is there if you want to do some slipping and sliding. But it's definitely a risky place to be. The idea here is that the stage is separated in 3 sections which vary widely in feel. The top left section is the most safe, but you can't stay there forever. At some point someone is going to get hit towards the danger section and you'll have to make a decision. Stay in your comfort zone or chase them down into the danger zone. Have you played Castlevania 3? And if you have, do you remember Stage 3, Mad Forest? When it comes to video game stages, the first and the last stage are the most likely to be remembered, which makes this mid-stage forgotten easily. But what I never forgot was the great music of the stage. So behold this tribute. The design of the stage is very simple. Platforms in the reversed battlefield position along with a cool ice spike at the bottom. The materials chosen as well as the design are supposed to portray a forest, with the platforms being made of bark and the leaves representing a tree, and the ground being made of grass and dirt representing the ground. Add the full moon in the background and the Mad Forest music and you've got Stage 3 of Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. The stage plays normally, however, which is good. They can't all be crazy and gimmicky. Another Castlevania themed stage. The music and aesthetics of that series are just too good. Like I literally have like 3 more Castlevania stages just like these. This one is based on a clock tower, which is just classic. But what makes this stage so unique is that the platforms rotate around the clock, like the hands of a clock. Amazing! Figuring out the best size of the rotation as well as the size of the platforms and the distance between each other took some experimentation, but I think I got it just right. This is also one of the few stages with background elements which really turned out well and make what would otherwise be a rather bland stage into a classic. The body reaches almost all the way down, which is important because if it goes all the way, the CPUs will act strange when they throw you off. They will run to the other side like they think you're on that side of the stage. So be sure to leave some room. Finally, there's the music, which is out of time. How fitting! This may be my favorite stage. I wanted to create a stage based on Viga's stage from Street Fighter 2. Partly because of the music, but also because I wanted to create Street Fighter type stages with big ground platforms. I thought to myself, is there a way that I can incorporate the cage climbing mechanic from that stage? I got the idea to alternate between high and low small platforms to create the same kind of chain link fence feel, as well as the idea of climbing between platforms. And I gotta be honest, I think I nailed it. It actually kind of feels like you're above your opponent just out of their way. But you can't stay there forever as your defensive options are limited. And whatever you do, don't tackle the platforms. I mean you can, and if you choose the correct option you can dodge attacks, but it turns a 2 in 3 chance to dodge into a 1 in 2 chance. So be sure to air dodge away instead if you can. Most of the time you should stick to the floor. But the idea you can escape through the fence sure adds a lot to the feel of the stage. And those were just some of the stages I made. What do you think about them? If you like them, be sure to copy them into your own game. They aren't uploaded to the internet because that requires Nintendo Switch Online and I'm not getting that. But they're pretty easy to copy. Or just create your own stages. The stage builder is your oyster. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe, although it's unlikely I'll make another video in this vein. I do make other kinds of videos where I sometimes talk about game design. Have a good day. Here are some clips from the other stages.
3, 2, 1, go! Game 3, 2, 1, go! Game 3, 2, 1, go! Game 3, 2, 1, go! Game! Game 3, 2, 1, go! Fox wins!
Mission complete.